You know what? Fuck it. I'm starting Flicker Strike. I basically decided... What time is it? Which is currently 6:58 p.m. I probably decided at about 6:55 p.m. that I'm going to go Wild Speaker Flicker Strike, and then I might pivot into like some mana stuff on Whisperer later. If you want like an actual... I don't know, these are outdated by the way. These are the Freesia 1.0. Some of the numbers have changed. Importantly, that the aspects are level 35. If you want an actual build on this, I can almost guarantee you that if there isn't one this league, Mage Fist has one for Freesia 2.0, a Flicker build. It's probably on Wild Speaker. Wild Speaker only got buffs here. Oop, don't know what that was about. But yeah, Wild Speaker only got buffs, so even if they don't have one for PoE 2, or not PoE 2, obviously they don't have a Freesia for PoE 2, but even if they don't have one for Freesia 2.0, they have one for Freesia 1.0, this should only be buffs. There might be some other stuff to change. You go for the obvious start with Flash of Teeth, or Aspect of the Cat, and then you get Fearful Symmetry, gain up to your maximum number of Frenzy and Power charges when you gain Cat Stealth. Yay, now you can flicker and you can use whatever chest piece you want. You don't have to use Farl's Fur or Replica. Your other two possible points, Primal Instinct early for just like a ton of free spell suppression. That's really nice. Great Wolf's Call for Tailwind. It's really only 8% action speed because you don't care about the charges being shared, but that's honestly not horrible. Minions deal 1% increased damage per 5 dex, and increases minion damage also apply to you, 150%. So you could, go Scourge of the Wilds and do dex stacking to get some damage. I won't be if I was going to be doing dex stacking. At that point, I would just pivot over to Whisperer for the mana for dex. And then you could do Pack Mentality for the Spectral Wolves. I don't know if that's any good. You could go for Avian Might. Aspect of the Avian, it gives Avian Might. With Feathered Scales and Above the Cloud, that gives you, I believe that's a bunch of like attack speed and move speed and cast speed. Yep, moves. Oh no, it's move speed and double damage chance, which is 18% and 15%. For the level 35 version, plus your minions get the same buffs, but then you also have the 200% increased Aspect of the Avian, so it's actually 54% move speed and 45% double damage chance. That's pretty good. If you're just planning like on going purely mapping, you might do like Scourge and Boon of the First Ones, just to get like a free mini Headhunter. I guess that'd be a free Inspired Learning. But the 45% double damage. I also don't know, do these things give you increased? Yeah, I guess you could do Sokowal's Nest. I wouldn't. Just for the increased buff effect, it would give you an extra 18% move speed, an extra 15% chance to deal double damage. Again, I wouldn't do it. There's something to be said about using the helmet to do that funny twister build, but I'm pretty sure that got like a shot in the back of the head. Put down like a dog. Anyway, that's the plan. Like I said, I'll probably, I won't be doing Flicker Strike until Lab 2. So I'll find some weird Ranger League starter or some good... There you go. Some good Ranger League starter until I get to Fearful Symmetry. Lab 2 that's Act 8, is it? Well, technically end of Act 7, I believe. And then I'll start doing Flicker Strike. And then eventually I will probably swap over to some Dexterity and Mana stacking stuff with these 3 nodes here, and your mind is destroyed. And then potentially I might do this. This isn't the exact number. This is 100% 4. Yeah, 100. Nope. This one gives you, the Don't Panic Yet does give you recoup. Here it is, 100% increased cost. And it's 6% instead of 54. Don't Panic Yet's really, really good for your Fizz max hit, because you'll have like a ton of mana. Have to see if it's worth going for that, or like I mentioned in the other video, you could get the Hierophant one to get a ton, an absolute ton of energy shield by taking Sanctuary of Thought through the tattoos, 20% of your maximum mana as extra energy shield. It'll also give you some regen and some AoE. Or potentially, never mind, Guardian is reserved mana, and you don't want to reserve mana for Mana Forged Arrows, which is what I'm going for, by the way, with the mana stacking stuff. If you are going for reserved mana, and you're just trying to stack mana with Whisperer, and then you will be reserving a lot of it for like a ton of auras and stuff, Radiant Faith could be really good to give you a ton of energy shield and armor. That's my plan, though. Something, who knows what, for, you know, the first 2/3 of leveling. Once I hit Fearful Symmetry, Flicker Strike to farm currency, to be able to convert into some sort of Mana Forged Arrows thing. If you want any actual build guides for any of those, the League Starter, just find something. You can probably homebrew something for League Start. We're gonna have Toda and Mirage, so keep that in mind. But no, go to Mage Fist for Flicker Strike, and go to Connor, 1 mana left, for the mana stuff. And if you just want to, if you don't want to do Flicker Strike, I just enjoy Flicker Strike. If Flicker Strike like hurts your brain, understandable. Sometimes it hurts mine too, but it's worth it to close my eyes and have fun. You just start with using Kinetic Blast of Clustering and Have You Forgotten, because you get a free, I believe that's the same power as Awakened Fork, and Fork is really good for Kinetic Blast of Clustering, so that is incredibly strong. That would be stronger than Flicker Strike, I would say, but I want a Flicker Strike. That's the plan. Few more days. See you then.